All right. Everything's recording. Everything's looking good. Can everybody hear me? Hoping everything's recorded. And we're recording too, so for those that miss it. And surpass the stocks. Day's going good. It's kind of slow right now, but we'll check Uber. Are you just looking for the overall flow on it, or are you looking for a specific contract? I'll just do the overall flow for you too. Let's see. Okay. I will pull it. Is the volume good and everything in here? Surpass? So today, good. Hopefully it sounds better than the last one where it was all echoey and junky, but here's Uber for today, and we do have earnings in 11 days on this one too, but looks like we have some hits on that 67 call. Let's take a peek here. So that's your entry. Net premium looks good. Let's take a look at that strike premium. Probably going to see more with earnings coming here. Yeah, looking like... that looks good. That net premium's good. Let's look at the flow here. And actually, let's take a peek because there was some open interest. Make sure they're not... And got this earlier open interest here. Let's take a peek here. So, okay, a lot of that transferred over today. Could be, I would check this open interest in the morning or on Monday morning, because this looks like maybe a little muddy there, but let's look at the actual flow too. 61, that IV's decreasing a little bit there, but then you get that bump up there. A little tougher one with earnings, but let's take a peek at Uber. Yeah, kind of mixed with earnings. Looks like a lot of volume on that 830.54 put. Bid side though. Let's take a peek. Could be selling these puts. Block trade too, so you can't really, and this is the thing I don't like about those block trades. They're a little tougher to see with that IV. I like seeing the bigger picture. Let's take a peek. Let's go here. Where's my overview? Okay, here we go. Yeah, and I know there was some interesting flow on Lyft a couple days ago too, so I'm not sure if maybe, because I know Lyft popped a little bit. Actually, let me make sure I made sure to hide everything on here. Let's see how Uber looks on the chart. Did it pop yesterday? Yeah, it had that big pop yesterday when Lyft popped too. Just quick looking at the chart. Just quick glance here. Obviously, you're coming to support here. So obviously the earnings is going to be the key report there. How's our firm doing? Because we had those firm calls earlier. Let's see. Actually, I want to finish looking at Uber here. So that options volume, I want to look at that bear bull premium. 5 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty split here, obviously, with earnings coming up. Top volume chains, yeah, bids. There's those bid side puts, ask side puts. I wonder if this is part of a. No, didn't know if that was part of a multi. Like, it looked kind of goofy, but oh, yeah, a lot going on there on the 0-day puts. Looks like they're getting hurt a little bit. Okay, while we wait for some flow to come in, let's take a peek at. Yeah, see, it's quiet today too. So of course, right when I get the new mic stand and everything, I'm like, cool, maybe we'll have a good day, and it's quiet. How we looking bid side? 11:57, a couple minutes ago. Earnings 18 days, 7 day. Let's see. So the HUT 17 calls. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, just kind of seeing that spot stick there. Probably go with a right on this one, but we're selling the calls, and it's a clear opening trade there. You can see that 4,700 volume. Net premium, or net put premium spiking, that net call premium's dropping. Get rid of this. We look in the market tide. Okay, let's go back to my contract lookup and look at HUT. Yeah, premium on that 17 call. Was that 17 call? Yep, so that's a lot of premium there. 232, and you can see that's big chunk of premium. And yeah, looking at that, I would assume they are selling these calls. And yeah, that IV stays the same, but leaning more towards that bid. Obviously, those spreads are wide. Yeah, a lot of bearish volume on here too. Yeah, I would probably lean with those as a right, because look at this. Yeah, I mean, that's a big chunk of bearish volume technically. Let's go back 7 days and just look. Yeah, I would probably go with call rights on that one. Okay. While we wait for some flow to come in, let's see what we got. I got all these tabs open, and I know everybody was like, hey, yeah, but see, this is when I say I have a lot of tabs open, and I have 3 screens, but obviously I'm streaming on the one, and whoever was talking shit about the Patriots earlier too, yeah, you know, Drake May about to carry everybody. Get off Twitter there, close this. Let's kind of look at some of the trades we had this week while we're kind of waiting, though. I like to save everything in here just for those that like to kind of track the trades. I do have them in my spreadsheet also, but easy way to do this if you want. All you do is come in here, click that little ribbon, and it'll always save up in my trades there. So HE here. So HE was our first one. We had a quiet week, obviously. Earnings are a big factor in flow, a lot of flow overlapping earnings. And we got a good piece of Google flow here too. So I kind of want to show everybody why you don't play earnings. So HE was our first one this week. This was on 7/23. I'll go back a little bit more. So very, very good example here. Here's your entry on the whale. So they came in at, I believe it was 60,000 on there. I believe that was the call out. Check quick here. Here's my ask side flow tab. Yeah, it was 56,000 here. So for those that want to see, that was our call out there. That's how it actually looked. And when you just click that little piece of flow, it's obviously just going to show that contract. But okay, let's look at the flow then from Tuesday. And sometimes when I click next, it messes it up. Yep, I knew it was going to mess it up. Okay, come back here one more time. So 250. And that IV, there was a jump in IV at the time. Trying to see if we had it here. Didn't really have it anymore there, but obviously IV is not dropping or anything. Spot staying at that ask side. We can see at the time majority of ask side volume there. Could tell based on that volume to open interest. Again, opening trade. And this whale swung these contracts. So average fill for them was 56. What do I have here? 56 was the call out. These ran intraday all the way up to 0.95 or 85, sorry. And next day they hit 99. And this is a good example of a whale exiting. Contracts here you can see about, we'll say 1,000 just to have numbers be even here. And what are we here? About 1,000. So this is a good example of when I say not all flow at the ask side is a buy and not all flow at the bid side is a sell. There's your volume. So a whale comes in here, closes here, half at the ask, half at the bid. Can see that reflect the next morning here too. So 1,200 carryover. You're seeing that drop there. Next day, this whale is not in. They might have handed a couple contracts off because there is still some open interest there, but something to keep eyes on there. But this was a nice trade. Contracts ran 0.56 to a total high of 0.99, giving us about 76% at the top there. Not going to hold to the top, obviously. Very, very rare that happens. So that was HE from Tuesday. We had a SPY call, which this whale looks to be down a bit. Coming back a little bit, but here's our whale. About 9,500 contracts here for 1 million. And you can see that volume there. Majority of that volume carrying over some other additional volume intraday there. And again, that volume looks to still be there. And looking at that flow, so here you are, lower IV. Whale starts to come in. You see a spike there in IV. Obviously, this is kind of where it looks like they're starting to maybe build a position. Not the same timing there. Can't 100% say, but good size there. Good premium. That IV starts to increase. Spot price increasing there. Spot price continuing to increase there. IV continuing to increase. So that's how that flow looked there. And whales down a bit. They hit for a high 117 intraday. Whales entry was 113. Not a huge return. So far would count this one as a loss if you did take it. I mean, to me it would look like a buy, but again, not everything is a buy. You never know the full details of what the trader is doing. What's going on in the market tide? Quick before we move on. Market tide's still looking good. Refresh this. Yeah. Tesla's still coming up. It looks like a lot of that net premium is just on MSTR today. How are we doing out of money? Out of money. Oh, put's starting to kind of pick up a little bit there. Still bid side puts there though. All right. Well, let's see how we're doing on the flow. And I don't have my sound on because typically I have the sound on here, so then it beeps. But with me recording, I don't want the sound on. So let's see. Close that out. Where's my save flow? Okay, here we go. So we had the SPY loss so far. These SPY puts did print though very nicely. Here's your entry. 1,000, let's see, about 4,500 contracts. Whale closed these after hours here. So for those that don't know, you can trade SPY, QQQ, ETFs up to 15 minutes after close. This whale closed about 3:10, 3:15-ish. And you can see that, again, another good example. So 4,500, 44 plus the little candle there. So 4,500 contracts, about 5,500 there. So that's that same whale intraday. And even if you just kind of visually look at that smaller green candle and think of it up here, that's that whale. And looking at that volume intraday, 11,000 traded on the day, which would be both combined, only 3,300 carrying over. That whale closed intraday. Yeah, let me check that Oracle flow because I saw that too. And just reminder, earnings in 45 days. And this is a multi-leg trade, it looks like. 10%. Yeah, this one's a little harder to read, just with it being that block trade. Let's see, YTUT. I was observing on Uber some strange issues on Wednesday when stock was falling. Call premium peaked. It's down more. Yeah, I know there was a big spike in Uber at a point here on yesterday. And let me, because I know Lyft spiked here too. Yeah, and usually, and for the whale presence question on that, people could be buying shares, but options contracts do not move the stock price at all. You buying and selling the underlying moves the stock price, not options. Options contracts do not impact the stock price. But let's go look at the net flow for Uber. Let me change it here. Net flow. So this is the last, we'll just look at the last 7 days. So that net premium spiked up on the 22nd. So on Monday. Sold Tuesday. Still dropping. That net put premium was up there and obviously reflects the drop yesterday morning. But that net call premium was picking up, and then we had that huge spike. So that makes sense there. The firm's finally green. Let's take a peek. Hey, finally. Finally something. Let's see. Let me look at how they are doing. So they were the 29.5s. Oh, you must have got a discounted entry because 34 was my entry. I have to check that on my. I'll check that on my phone here while we look at this quick. Just make sure I have my stops and stuff in place. Alright, let's see. Agree with the option price doesn't move the price on the down 2%. Yeah, I mean, it's not 100% guarantee with that net call premium. But yeah, no, those premiums, I know there was a Lyft contract. Let's see if I can go find it quick. So Lyft, it's gonna be, what was it? What was the big Lyft contract that came in? I can just go in here and look. Not Yeft, Lyft. So that, oh, these expired today. So this was a floor trade. Let's see how they did. Ooh. Gonna assume this was probably a sell. Well, and it came from a multi-leg. We'll take a peek at that, but yeah, this flow, when I looked at it too, let's see. So yeah, this was, that IV did increase, sitting at the spot, 38.29. Some bid side flow coming in here, which would have been probably why I did not like that. And then there's the big trade there. Yeah, this is that's why I avoided posting this one, just with that. And it's not at the ask. It's a little below, but still towards the ask. But yeah, the bid side fill is what would have made me not post that one. Kind of messy too. And you can see they did hit 25, so 25 to 29. So, but then they are collecting that premium, it looks like. And that's the one thing here too. So it's 20,000 on the ask. And I'm gonna have to do this. That's just one big trade there. So, I mean, again, harder to kind of read that when it's just one big block like that. I like the multiple little aggregated trades that come in like that, so you can kind of see how that volume looks coming in. Okay, let's move back to what else were we doing? So that's that SPY whale for the puts, and they missed out on some profits because those hit 885 on the 25th, which were these a 920? Yeah, 925.29 puts. They exited at 391 from 355. So they only took 10% on those puts when they actually hit, so what's 885 here? So they hit 172%. That whale took 10%. Probably kicking themselves a little bit. And we had, so yesterday we had Netflix. This would have been a nice intraday scalp. I wouldn't have chased this on the retest. So whale entered here, 195. They came all the way up and hit 280. And spreads were a little wider on this one. Not something I'm a fan of, but you can see most of that open interest or volume carrying over, turning into open interest. Taking a peek at the flow. So 31.36. And this was the only trade at the time, so it's only going to show that. So again, at the ask. But that would have been a good intraday scalp. Same with SPY from yesterday. Again, here's your whale entering. Bump this back 2 days. Whale entering. Little spike in the IV there. Drop, but drops to the bid side there. Still closer to the ask. A little in the mid, but then we bump back up above the ask there. So that is where this doesn't throw me off that bad. But again, looking at that spot, up, above the ask there. And looking at the contract, came in 172. They closed about 247. And these contracts did hit a high of 342 intraday. So another one about 98% there. And let's see. Oh. Yeah, anyways, since we're trying to sell stuff in here now, yeah, you can see that whale exit there and easily reflected. Again, looking at that volume 2,000 there. This whale looks like they double dipped about 3,000 there. And again, you can see that bid there about 3,000. So 8,800 on the day, only 1,000 carrying over into the day. Clear exit intraday there. So that's kind of all we had. Well, and then we have a firm right now, which a little bit below break even still. Got a week on those. Let's see how we're looking on that. Well, she's starting to run a little bit. Waking up a bit. 33. Hey, almost back to break even. Hopefully mine sells. Okay, let's see what we got going on here now in the flow. Oh, wrong one. What have we got? 21 days earnings. Yeah, it's tough to do all this when you have earnings. So LMT 530 call yesterday. Do you have the expiration for that? And you can, what I'll do is for like, you just come in that contract lookup, you can just do LMT, and then if you have that expiration date, I can pull that up for you. Unless you're talking about the 5, oh, here you go, oh, soft flow today. So I'm going to assume this is the 726 flow you're talking about. LMT, yeah, I would kind of consider this messy here. I mean, can't really tell what they're doing. This is your whale, I would assume here. You got ask, mid, and bid fill there. Let's take a peek at the candle, though. Take a peek, take a peek. Trying to find that whale that came in, though, because it's... Am I blind? Where's that whale? What time was this? 9:10. And this is going to show Central Time, though, just for everybody watching. This is going to show Central Time. So I said 9:10, 9:398. Previous. So, okay, here you go. So 47.23, yeah, big jump in the IV there. Leaning towards the ask side there. $41.86. Then yeah, see, this is where it gets me, is that drop in the IV there. Yeah, that flow I would kind of consider messy, and that previous open interest was 1,800. Obviously, it's just kind of based off the math there. 560 candles, about 1,200. Let's take a peek. Yeah, I would consider this messy flow, just with stuff coming in on the 25th, 26th, and then or 2 today. So yeah, kind of harder to read this one, but that's why we dig into the flow and take a peek. How we doing market tide wise? Money. There's just not much going on. Says tech one, yeah. This is gonna probably be a block trade. Oh yeah, this would definitely be a buy here with them coming above the ask, majorly above the ask. But we have earnings in 12 days, 21 days above. Again, something I'm not calling out anything earnings. Oh, that's what we were gonna do. I was gonna show everybody the Google flow from earnings. This is why you don't play earnings. This whale came in, and this flow looked, I mean, it was matched everything. IV going up, spot going up, everything. Had about 3,200 in that one. So about whatever this candle is, about 8,000, we'll say. Whale got in here. And this is where greed comes in. I mean, you could have scalped this for about 10% intraday, knowing that earnings was coming. Whale exited for a big loss in the morning. So why you don't play earnings? Because nobody knows unless you're an absolute insider. What do we got going on here? Get rid of this one. So that hut call, let's see what's going on with that. Going up a little bit. But again, remember with them selling contracts, they just want them to go to zero. That's pretty much it. Looking for that contract depreciation. ETF flow, pretty quiet again today. Some more IWM puts. Is that the multi-leg, automatic ignore. Well, let's take a peek at it just because why not? Yeah. I'll pull up the BMY in a second. Hold on, let me just take a peek at this. 22.69. Yeah, I mean, to me, I would consider this probably a buy. Sitting at the ask, a little below there, but are you talking about Google for the hedging one? No, that whale, if they were hedging, they would not have closed those contracts. But let's take a look at those BMY ones. So BMY 44.5 put. What's the expiration for the 45 put or 44.5 put? Or 5. Yeah, there goes a firm. Above 2 of them. One second, hold on. I was gonna pull up BMY. Sorry, I got distracted by a firm. Earnings. Yeah, I mean, with the earnings again, the flow it can be hedged, but 726. Okay, so it was the 44.5 726. Yeah, this was yeah, you have that ask mid and bid. They probably wrote these. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they were definitely probably writing those contracts. That big drop in the IV there. Spot price decreasing, comes up a little bit, still decreasing. I mean, you're towards that bid. Probably, again, ignore the earnings flow. You never know. And let's look at the other one that you asked. The AVTR. What's the expiration on that one? AVTR, let's see, 22.5 put. 22.5 put. Is that, take a guess today? Yep, probably, again, another one. Yeah, I mean, they're at the ask. But $206, that ask going up. Yeah, I mean, again, earnings, you don't know what their plan is, what they're doing, what they know. It's a crapshoot. But yeah, I mean, that IV's spiking, dropping. Something I'd stay away from. Bid side puts there. They probably could have been selling these puts too, with that IV dropping a lot there. But you're still staying towards and then with that spread too. Yeah, they were probably selling these puts. That would be my guess. And looks like that trade would have worked out, or they could have passed these contracts. Nope, they doubled down on them. So probably were selling those at the ask. See how we're doing. PRCT. Let's see. Earnings. Yeah, we have a big week of earnings too coming up. Actually, there was some CVS flow I wanted to look at from yesterday. So, let's go back to yesterday. Had it saved, and I believe it was... Let's go back to the hottest contracts quick. Where are we? Yesterday. Ask side. So CVS. So it was an interesting piece of flow, and obviously earnings coming up, so I kind of didn't want to do that, but flow's looking good here. 157 dropped all the way down to 110, running at 178 today. And looking at this flow, this was pretty much textbook flow. 35.87, that IV's coming up. Drops a little on that first order, but then we have a big spike into 36 there. Again, this is more than likely a buy. And away, and looking at the actual flow too, because we were talking about this a little bit last night. That strike premium, let me go back to yesterday though. Can see that 65 call getting hit. There's your 65 call. Can see 500K, and I believe that's the premium there at the time. What was the premium there? Where's my hot share? It was 1 point some million. So okay, it's telling you right there at the bottom. So there's your 1.5. That's how much premium is on that one. So I'm gonna say below that line would be bid side premium. That's how I'm taking this. This is pretty much brand new what they just put in the strike premium, so I'm trying to figure it out as well. And that net premium yesterday, again, huge spike. Then we did have a huge spike in that net put premium, which would explain that drop for a majority of yesterday. And I keep checking my OBS thing here. I'm just because I remember the first one I did of these and I didn't record it. Oh, that was annoying. I'm just glad the sound and everything's working for once. So yeah, that CVS looked like a buy. And looking at the upcoming earnings, this is a good way if you did want to play earnings. I'm not a fan of it at all. Come back in here into the earnings calendar area. Can kind of see that past reactions. Oops, I don't want to do that one. I'll go to CVS. Can see those past reactions. We have over the last, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 quarters. I'm already in weekend mode if you can't tell. I mean, we've had a positive reaction 1, 2, 3, 4 times out of the last 7. Big implied move there, but to the negative. So that red X, all it's saying is, did it hit the implied move? So that red X, it's only hit the implied move twice of the last 7 quarters. And this would make sense of that actual why we dropped that much, because we had an EPS miss here. Expecting a little bump here. So, I mean, this is where you can kind of come in, and if you really, really want to play earnings, kind of do a little research in there. How are we doing here? So current versus average moves around earnings. So your average move, so current move, yeah, kind of going down. But again, earnings, crapshoot. Not a fan of trading it. Financials up a little bit, earnings are down. So the historical data down here, yeah. Not a huge fan of playing earnings, but decent little way there to kind of follow the earnings if you like. Yeah, that CVS call would have been nice. How are we doing here? It's just nothing coming in, man. Mr. Greed Gecko always coming in here. Love the guy. And I think he changed his name too. I feel like it was Gordon Gecko a little while ago, but I was gonna pull up the actually I want to look at the flow alerts to see what's going on. Yeah, not a lot going on today. Just market waiting on earnings next week. And FOMC, non-farm, unemployment, a lot next week. Next week is huge. Next week, again, another week to be cautious. Don't gamble. A lot of people will be bulling their portfolios next week. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at earnings for next week. So next week, let's see. 7.9, 7.22, yeah. It's my market. Yeah. Apple, Amazon, Intel, AMD. Move it over to the calendar view. Yeah, McDonald's is your big one on Monday. Big day on Tuesday, Microsoft, AMD, Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, Starbucks, PayPal, MasterCard. Yeah, it's a big week of earnings. You can see that by weight here. About 45% of the weight of the QQQ and 39% of the weight of the SPY. Yeah, White Hut. It's the free version. It's okay, but it's really limited. If you are interested too, I do have a discount code. You can try it. I think it's $40 a month, and you get all of this. I mean, I think it pays for itself. I like it. It's easier to get a deeper understanding. And if you do look at my YouTube also, I would look at the complete platform overview video. So that's a good one to kind of start with. But yeah, I mean, the free version, it's very limited just with what you can learn and all that. Something I kind of don't, and I've had unusual, I mean, they've did a lot of updates. I've had this since like late 2020 maybe. And I mean, it pays for itself. It's a lot of filtering and just kind of learning. It takes a while. There's a lot at first, and it's a big filtering game pretty much. You're just trying to find those unusual trades and kind of learn to read the tape on the flow and all that. But I mean, I use Unusual Whales for everything. The only thing I don't use it for, obviously, is my trading broker. And they do have it where you can link if you have Tasty Trades. I don't use Tasty Trades, so that is why. And can see that actually right here. So you can do that there. I don't have a Tasty Trades account, but and the charting, I have everything on TradingView. I've just always used TradingView, but I mean, they have built-in charting if you want to look at it. I've always just been a fan of TradingView. Nothing against Unusual Whales. They just kind of put this in maybe last year or so. But yeah, I mean, charting system's not that bad. Yeah, there's just earnings, and that longer dated flow too. Not a huge fan of that either. I mean, I know people like to set it and forget it, but got to go through a lot of earnings periods. It's this Pfizer call, and we already had earnings too. Pfizer call, yeah, this is definitely probably. I don't have the paid Discord version yet. White Hut. I don't. There's a free bot in there. I mean, we can kind of pull some of the stuff, but I mean, if you I kind of just pull flow for people if they have questions. But yeah, I'm not against getting the paid Discord bot, but a lot of people in there already kind of have Unusual Whales. But I was kind of I mean, if I start getting a lot more people that are looking to actually use the bot, it's something I can look into. Let's look at this Pfizer flow that came in. So 11.19, 26.71. Definitely going to go with the buy here on this one. And that's not a huge drop there. Let's see what we look like before. Before that whale came in 26.94. Oh. I probably might 1051 10. And yeah, with something this long, I mean, if you're still bullish on healthcare, which we've been seeing a lot come in. Oh, we have earnings in 4 days. Never mind. Ignore me. I don't even know why I pulled that up. Earnings flow. Mobile app. They've updated the mobile app a lot more. It's getting a lot easier. I do not trade mobile. I will not trade anything mobile. I'm stress trading my Affirm mobile actually right now. Anyways, because I'm just not a fan of trading mobile. The app. I'll actually pull it up on my phone and look right now. But yeah, I mean the app, they did a lot of updates. You can get a lot of information on here too. The best thing I like about the apps and all that, you can get the notifications sent to your phone. So if you want like political trades and all that sent to your phone, that's a good thing to do. And you come up to alert. God. See, so like you do mobile alerts on, and then say you want to create some alerts here. I don't really create a lot of alerts, but let's go back to the main page. Extra like political, you can do alerts this way. Let me close that out. Come in here. Alerts, let's see, settings, mobile alerts. Why are you not? Let's see, let's go into the actual alerts area. You can see I don't use the alerts that much. So if you wanted to come in here, I think you have to set it up on your phone actually. So come in here, let's see. Alerts. Alerts, yeah. I don't use the app that much. Custom alerts. So in the screeners, I think it's under custom alerts. Here we go. So I need to actually delete this. I don't even know why that's on there. So alerts, let's say you want to add preset. So hot contracts. Yeah, there's a bunch of random stuff in there. I'm trying to see where to add in the political trades. So on the mobile app here, if you go into screeners, custom alerts, the little filter thing at the top, it'll let you select stocks, news, price targets, insider trades, SEC filings, FDA stuff. So that is where you can nice 5%. Yeah, my did not trigger. So I'm still in, sadly, I guess for now. But yeah, so okay, that's how you would set up your alerts on the mobile. You go into the left top little 3-line things. Come on down to screeners, custom alerts, hit the filter thing. Then you can just do SEC filings, apply filters. And then I believe it would just pull it when there's an SEC filing or Let's see, political, follow port. Yeah, you can, yeah. So if you click there, okay. Yeah, so if you want to follow somebody's portfolio too, you just go into unusual tools, portfolios. Say you wanted to follow Nancy P. Click on her search. Then you just hit that little arrow thing at the top, and then it looks like whenever there's a change, it would notify you. Yeah, I'm not huge into using the alerts, so I'm trying to, I don't know. Oh, but here we go. I did all that for nothing. So create an alert. Probably should have clicked that the entire time. So here you go. You hit that. Here you go. SEC filings, economic events, politician trades. Click that for all, and then you'd create a list here. Do member. You can do House, Senate, trade amount. There you go. And create an alert. Your alert would be created. And you can just see all of them. I want to refresh this just to see how it shows up. Then you just come up here to that alerts. My alerts reset. Maybe that's not for that. Okay. Let's go back here to the screeners. Uber Eats trying to get me to buy tasty snacks. Thanks. Let's see. Custom alerts. And then yeah, you could just close that out, and then here you go, your active alerts. And if you want to edit that there, edit, duplicate, pause, delete. Easy way to set alerts. I was just blind. Okay, let's take a peek at the flow. So, not seeing my, it's only 1 o'clock too. Bump down to 50K and see how we're looking there. Yeah, just a lot of this multi-leg stuff I try to avoid too. See what's going on Twitter. Sorry, X. Yeah, not much. Not much going on. Close out that hot chains from yesterday. How is our sector flow looking for the day? Then we're getting some good breadth in here. Looking like we're green. Minus a firm right now. But yeah, looking a little better than yesterday. I'm also gonna start adding this into the Discord for those that want to look at that every night. You'll get to kind of see that 30-day volume and what we're trending at. Yeah, ticker. Let's see how we doing basic material. Let's see. Let's look at our industrials are leading the way again. Let's refresh it. Industrials. That didn't change. Yeah, industrials leading the way, but seeing a lot of bid side calls. Could be profit taking. Yeah, I mean, just kind of looking at that day range too. I mean, that's a tighter range. Hey, there goes a firm again. I mean, looking at the SPY here, 542. Oh, why is my unusual whales lagging? Okay, there we go. For some reason, no, it's glitching for me. Why are we tweaking? So, well, a little bigger. Okay. We're not going to look at the sectors floor. I'm going to try one more time. Okay, well, this is glitching, but decent range today. I was going to say there's a bigger range. We're up almost 1.3%. How we doing? Let's see. How we doing here? Let's see. There we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was trying to figure out why. This was stock volume. This is all messed up from earlier for me. Just reset it. S&P. Just kind of want to see what that option volume's looking like. And I mean, for the most part, that option volume's still below its 30-day average here. Obviously, some on Google. Google's up a bit. Microsoft, United Healthcare, Walmart, Visa. Everything else is kind of just waiting on earnings a little bit, it looks like. Sitting here trying to figure that out, why I couldn't get that to show. Let's see. How are we looking volume against the average again? Do it by market cap. So yeah, that volume's below that 30-day. Yeah, you can kind of see that number. I mean, for a majority of everything, we're sitting below until we get through earnings. AMD, yeah, just sitting below. Just waiting. This is nice too, because I like seeing all this stuff in here too. Earnings flow, let's see how that looks. So your option volume obviously is going to be up for a lot of these just with them having earnings. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, pretty quiet today. Lulu, 21 days. Going to be a block trade here, and it's kind of more towards the mid. Something I'd avoid, but let's take a peek. That net put premium spikes. Strike premium. What do we got? Spike in that 250 strike. And then 225 strike. Where's my 225? Not showing on there. Let's see. Yeah, big block trade, one you can't really read. And it looks like there was some volume yesterday. So again, something here I would avoid. Move this back to net premium. About, what do we got? 1,100 contracts on that candle. What do we got here? 1,400. Let's see how much of that volume carries over, obviously. When I have to sit and guess like that, it's usually a no. Apple put here, let's take a peek. Could be a double 10. Let's take a peek. Yeah, so definitely somebody opening something. 1,000, 1,000, 2,000, so. And again, Apple has earnings next week. So 36.10, did that drop from that first one? 36.10 on that last one. Yeah, IV dropped on that. And Spot, 76. 79, yeah. Avoidable if I can't tell. And not really seeing that much action out of that net put premium. Strike premium. Yeah, kind of going to be all over the place. A lot of volume on those, on the ask side of those strikes. You got that big bid side volume here on the 220s. Oh, see if we can find that 220. So bid side, I'm going to guess it's probably this one. About mixed. So I'm trying to see if I can find that whale. Oh, I should have deleted that one. Contract. Come back to Apple. It was a 2. What did we say? Cancel that out. So it was the 200 put. Or no, we were looking at the bid side 212. So 212.50. It's probably not that one. 212. No, let's go look in. Where's my... I'm looking for my area where I can see all the strikes. I don't ever use that area that much, so we'll just go back to Apple. We'll look it up in the overview. MSTR and coin. I will check that in a second here. So options chains. This is what I was looking for. So that 220, what was it? 200 put. 14 days, 200 put. So 14 days would give us the 9th. 200 put. Here's that. So this is that volume coming in there. There's that. It's majority ask side. Yeah. Okay. Totally blanked and forgot why we were even looking in there. But let me look up MSTR and coin. Let me... Coin, just kind of see what that highest volume's looking like. Let's see, we got 7 million on the bid side of the 8-2, not a multi-leg. Let's take a peek. Adjust this. I'll come back. Okay, whatever. Okay, so coin. So it looks like this probably is somebody selling calls here. Tough to say on this one. But those spreads are just horrendous. Coming way below the bid, so I'm going to assume they're probably selling these. I mean, they're way below the bid on that one. Drop in IV too when it comes in. Would assume they are sells on based off that. See what else we had for coin that looked good for premium wise. So okay, everything's just kind of mixed. 16 million. What's this? 200 call. Mixed. Yeah, I mean, just kind of a lot of mix. This is probably your best one. 726. 275 call. This whale's hurting a little bit. Oh, average fill 911. Why would they? These came in today. They were probably selling these call. I mean, yeah, these expire same day. Coin's not hitting 275 today. Coin's not going up another $30. Or let's take a peek at it. How are we doing here? Coin. So for us to get to 275 today, from what time did these come in at? 8:39. So right at open. 8:39 for us to 279. We would have had to go up another. Come on. 279. Another 14%. Probably not going to see another. Not going to probably see a 24% move on coin intraday. So to me, those were a sell at the ask. And I mean, again, you can kind of see that coming in here. I mean, dropping that IV there. Sitting on the ask for the most part, but IV's spiked with that run up at the top. But yeah, this whale was probably selling these calls. Would be my guess. And then I just want to look at the overall flow for coin too. Not my trades, where are we? Make sure where it's sitting today. Coin. $245 call here. Let's take a peek. And jump in IV there. Looks good, but then you get that bid side after, and then that spot decreasing. Probably would avoid that. How's that net premium? Even looking at, I believe that night, a lot of bid side calls, so could see it drop a little bit. And obviously with miners and all that too, really, really dependent on crypto and how crypto runs. So got to keep that in mind too. But like you said, I know there's a Bitcoin conference coming up. So let's look at MSTR now for you. Get some water here, man. MSTR, what do we got for premium? So 13 million here, leaning towards the ask side. So let's take a peek there. So this is going to be your whale. Oh, it's on multi-legger. Yay. What do we got here? You can come over here. Yeah, short call butterfly. Usually it'll pop in the potential strategy here. I'm not a big spread trader at all. If you got questions on it, you can always pop it into the option profit calculator, kind of see what they're looking for, And weird little spread here. Short call butterfly. So again, and I'll kind of tell you that here. So you're hoping for lots of that volatility or a big directional move. You don't have a bias on direction. Something like that, ignore obviously. Let's come back here. Yeah, and looking up here, yeah, multi-leg, I always usually check that out at first. What else do we got here? 13 million. That's the one we just looked at. Multi-leg, 6. Yeah, all these are multi-leggers. Let's look at the flow. Yeah, you can see a lot of that multi-leg with earnings upcoming in 6 days too. Yeah, I mean, just kind of a whole lot of nothing. Again, everything's multi-leg. That looks like a roll to me right away. See how they did. Yeah. Yeah, I avoid this stuff, the multi-leg stuff. If I gotta sit and guess, not a big fan of that. Okay, let's do another quick check and might hop out after this. 182. What's going on? Oh, multi-legger though. Long multi-call. Yeah. Junk, yeah. It's that 14 call that came in here, 56 days, earnings in 19 days. $143.42, 43.99. Yeah, a little tougher here. Obviously, you have that spike in IV there. That spot actually increases. To me, this would almost be a buy at the bid. So, then obviously net premium's looking goofy there. What's that strike premium looking like? 10 call. Let's take a peek. SMMT. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Apple mixed flow coming in. Okay, we said that was the 10 strike, so that's that guy right there. Huge premium there, actually. Summit through. Let's take a peek. Would look good if... What do we got? 3,000 contracts, 2,000 contracts. Check that volume up. See how much of that turns into open interest. This could be a good find otherwise. I didn't see what earnings was, but 178. If it wasn't that stupid block trade where I could see how it looks, but yeah, I mean, that's a huge spread too, something I'd avoid otherwise, but yeah, more towards the ask there. That's an interesting one to watch. 56 days, and they had earnings in 19 days. It looked like that was a buy to me. Let's see. I'll look at Apple, and I'm probably gonna hop off after that. Oh, just a lot of mixed bid side and 190 put here. Somebody's selling puts here on Apple, it looks like. So here you go, 951, 37.49, sitting at those bid, 37.49, 37.30. Yeah, you see that IV dropping, spot dropping. 37, yeah. definitely a put sell there, and looks like they opened them at 55. Looks like they're collecting premium at about 41 right now. Yeah, just you're gonna see a lot of premiums here. Just kind of tough with earnings, but yeah, I think getting kind of quiet. Flow. We'll do one more quick little peek. Yeah, just not much coming in. How are we looking market tide wise? Market tide still leaning bullish. Out of the money is picking it up. Interesting there to see what happens end of day, because a lot of that net premium is on MSTR today. And I just want to look at a firm quick. Yeah, still sitting down a little bit. How we doing net premium wise? Yeah, call premium's picking up and call volume's picking up. Looking good there. But all right, I think that's gonna do it for our week for the flow alerts stuff. I'll still do a flow alerts recap, make it a little easier for those that want to watch everything, but not a lot of flow today. Hopefully next week we get a little more. But have a great weekend, everyone.